Morning. This video 20. We're halfway in the series of 40, total of 40 videos. Today we have another 2 new exercises, and you will see. We will start off right away with a very challenging, intense pose that you are already familiar with. So let's get right to it. Let's close our eyes for a moment. Just 1 minute. Simple observation. Clear the mind. Turn off all your other devices except the one that you are watching the video on. It's important that you practice in total silence if possible. Okay, let's close our eyes for a moment. Breathe. Calm. Okay, slowly open the eyes again. So we're halfway in this series. If you're new, if this is the first or the second time that you watch and practice with us, that's possible. But if you find it a little bit too challenging, you might want to have a look at one of the previous videos. Ideally, of course, you start with video 1 and build it up gradually, starting from there. Although this is yoga fit for everyone and it's fit for anybody on the basic level, we are of course halfway, and our approach is very systematic. Not only very systematic, the build-up is rather fast, and if you follow the videos and practice on a regular basis, you notice as a result of that approach that you develop very fast. Your strength increases exponentially on a daily basis, and you feel different every day. But if you jump into the series, this video 20, and it goes well, there is no problem. You can pick up from here. But if you feel it's too difficult, too challenging, do not give up. It doesn't mean that yoga is not fit for you. Simply try to go back a couple of videos. It's like when you go to school, you start in group 1, you start level 1. You do not jump in somewhere level 4 or group 4 without any foundation or preparation. That's impossible. So okay, most of all, have fun, just enjoy what you do, and be flexible, physically and mentally. Okay, please stand up. We start with Tadasana, standing erect. You know the drill. All the standing poses start like this, so we've done this 100 times. What comes next is Parivritta Parsvakonasana. So that is the extended flank pose, the wide triangle with a spinal twist. So If you are not awake so much yet, you will be awake after this. I personally find this one of the most challenging poses. Okay, spread the feet wide. Pariflita Parsvakonasana. Misalign the feet, as we always do. Then while we bend the front leg, we also start twisting. And we put the left arm over the right leg, just above the knee. We try to bend the front leg 90 degrees so the thigh is close to horizontal. And then we pull the upper shoulder back and we try to open the belly and the chest like we do in all other poses. And the rear leg must remain straight. So avoid hanging on your leg like this. You really have to engage actively to make it work. Okay, slowly come back. Take a deep breath, relax for a moment. Then we spread the feet. We switch. Make sure that you misalign. Start bending the front leg and at the same time make the twist, and then place the right arm over the left leg, just above the knee. We slowly come back. Relax for a moment. Take a deep breath. Okay, next pose is also familiar. Virabhadra 3, that is the third warrior pose. For this one you spread the feet just a little, because you're going to balance on one leg, so no need to spread the feet wide. Join the hands above the head, turn 90 degrees, and create a T shape. Raise the leg, stretch out the arms and raise the arms as well. Then the back is slightly hollow, slightly concave. If you drop the arms, if you're not actively stretching up the back, it has a tendency to bend. So actively reach out, stretch forward, and raise the arms at the same time. In that way the back remains hollow. Slowly come back. Relax for a moment. Take a deep breath. Then we switch. Split the feet just a little. Join the hands, turn 90 degrees. And we make a T shape. Slowly, step by step. Otherwise you lose balance. If I talk too much also, I lose balance, as you saw just before. And slowly come back again. The same controlled way that you started. Take a deep breath, relax for a moment. Then we have Ardha Chandrasana. That is also a T shape, but facing the front instead of the floor. So spread a little. Then slowly shift your weight to the right leg. Raise the left leg actively. Do not let the leg dangle somewhere. And when the leg is up, you focus on the upper body. You open the belly, open the chest. Pull the upper shoulder back, open the chest. Slowly come back. Relax for a moment. Take a deep breath. And we switch. T-shape, Ardha Chandra, half moon pose. Raise the leg actively. Hand on the hip. Open the chest. Slowly and controlled, we come back again. Relax for a moment. Take a deep breath. Okay, now we have Prasarita Padottanasana, which is forward bend with the feet spread and the hands behind the back. This is the second version of Prasarita Padottanasana. Spread the feet. Approximately 90 degrees angle in the groin. Then deliberately turn the toes inwards. The heels will be digging into the ground like that. Then we put the hands behind the back. Inhale deep, stretch up the upper body, then maintaining a slightly hollow back, pivoting on the hip joints, we bend forward. So from the beginning, do not allow the back to bend. Okay, then we slowly come back. To avoid shock in the shoulders, also slowly untangle the hands. Relax for a moment, take a deep breath. Then we have two new poses. Each of them is rather similar, but increasing intensity. We start from Tadasana. The name of the pose is Padangusta. Pada means foot. Anga means limb, like Anga from Ashtanga, 8 limbs. So the limb on the foot, Padangusta. That is big. So the big limb on the foot, which is of course your big toe. It's a forward bend, very classical stretch. In Sanskrit it's called the big toe pose. Inhale deep. I put my hands on the hips, which helps to concentrate on not bending the back and only pivoting the hip joints, tilting the pelvis. Okay? At some point you bring your hands down and you do as the name suggests. You grab the big limbs on the foot, the big toes. Now notice that bending the back is really easy, but it makes the exercise lose its effect, its power. So I'm deliberately keeping my back straight. So let's do that facing the side. I'm starting from Tadasana. Inhale deep, and I maintain a hollow back as long as possible. If you're not so flexible yet, you end up here. That's okay, but do not end up like this. There's no energy there, there's no power in there. So try to visualize the tailbone, and you want it to point up at the ceiling. Then we consolidate. Now, before we are done, I want to show you something. This may look easy because I've done it a million times since 36 years ago, but I'm working hard. When you bend the back, it may look like a pretty picture, but it's much less effective. So we're not looking for a perfect pose, we're not looking for a pretty picture, we're looking for effect, because that's really what it's all about. Okay, slowly come back and relax for a moment. A simple pose, very powerful if you do it correctly. Okay, the next one is called Padahasta. Pada means foot. Hasta means hand. We built on the previous pose, Padangustasana, and we go a little bit deeper. And we do that. Inhale deep. Bend forward, maintaining a hollow back as long as possible. Padangusta. Padahasta. You put the hands under the balls of the feet until the toes touch the insides of the wrists. Let's have a look at that from the side. Inhale deep, bend forward, Padahasta. Putting the hands under the balls of the feet. And of course we focus very deliberately on stretching up the spine, tilting the pelvis. We try to not bend the back at all, if possible. If you're not so flexible yet, Padahasta is maybe one step too far. It may be already difficult to grab your toes. If you're not so flexible yet, do not force yourself into either of the poses. If Padangusta is already a challenge, skip Padahasta for the time being and wait until you're a little bit more flexible. Okay, slowly come back. Take a deep breath. You can feel the energy circulating in and around the hips especially. This is a marvelous exercise. Simple as it looks, the effect is so therapeutic, so healing. It's just amazing. Many people are stiff in the hips, and stiffness in the hips leads to a blockage that affects all functions that lie above the hips. So starting with the hips, exercising the hips, moving the hips, making them more flexible, that has a huge effect, huge implications for the functioning of all the rest of the body and all the other functions that lie within that body, including your mental functioning, by the way, including your mood throughout the day. It's just, if people only understood how miraculous, how marvelous this simple approach to yoga is, the only ancient traditional way. If people only knew, they would stop doing all that movement with music and what have you, and just benefit from this most marvelous ancient science. Okay, we're done with the asanas. We have 2 new asanas today. 5-minute meditation based on simple observation. In silence, make yourself comfortable, possibly sitting on a cushion or a folded blanket, folded towel, folded blanket. Sit straight, inhale deep and calm, close the eyes, 5 minutes, and slowly take off. the eyes again. Nice. If you have any questions, write them under the video or under the post on Facebook. I'll always reply. I have a huge treasure of knowledge and insight in the science of yoga. So any questions you have, no question is... People often ask me questions, and before they say what they want to ask, they say, maybe a stupid question, but then my reaction always is, there are no stupid questions. If you are curious about something, that can't be stupid. So let me know, anything you are curious about, write it down in the comment section. Thank you for watching today. Have a wonderful day, and looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.